Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the motorcycle vlogs. This would be actually episode 2 or video 2 or the second video or however you want to say it. What I'm showing you right here is the wiring harness on here because that's what I'm going to be working on tonight. So you've probably or maybe have already seen the bike. What you haven't seen is me, so here I am. Since these are going to be vlogs, you will be seeing me as well as my bike, and everything oriented around my bike, and maybe some of the other projects in my garage, possibly. I don't know. I'm into cars a little bit too. I have a 1969 Corvette Stingray. That's a little bit of a project also, but it's mostly good to go. But anyways, I digress. I don't know if you can notice, I actually have a pretty gnarly scar here. I've just had surgery, so you'll have to forgive that. Yeah, so that was fun. Anyways, I guess about me. I'm in the Navy. I'm currently a reservist on active duty orders, so I've done both full active duty and reserve time and jobs in the civilian world as well. My background is in metalwork and welding. That's what I did for the Navy for full time for about 6 years, a little over 6 years. And I've done it for several years in the civilian world as well, to include working at a custom motorcycle shop, building custom choppers, one of fabrications from scratch, in Everett, Washington. And so that's kind of I had my Harley Sportster here prior to working there. But that's where I really developed my skills for motorcycles. So, and that's where I started this project as well. So it's been an ongoing and evolutionary project from the beginning. I originally was going to make it into some sort of hardtail, bobber, chopper, typical, stereotypical. A lot of people have turned Sportsters into bobbers when they customize them and gone to hardtail frames and all that. I've since then kind of changed my taste to more of I want to create something that is mine, that is kind of my design. There are certain schools of design that I do like that are already out there and that are being developed a lot right now. I really like Exile Chopper's stuff. What's his name? Russell Mitchell. I like his style of stuff, as well as Roland Sands. A lot of his stuff is a little expensive for my taste, but I really like his style and his ingenuity. I love his race-worthy design, how it can look cool, but it also serves a purpose, which Russell Mitchell has a lot of that too. Russell Mitchell's innovations are outstanding for hiding a lot of the boring stuff, basically, and making it look cool, and it's functional too. So I really like those schools of thought. However, I also really like Confederate motorcycles. You may see some similarities with Confederate and my bike. That's not really what I was going for. I designed a lot of this because of what I like. I like a lot of European and Italian type bike style too. So, and I don't know if you've seen the first video I made, where I kind of showed how I tucked the monoshock up underneath the bike. It's very actually reminiscent of Buell, which is close to the Sportster. They started with the Sportster engine, but just the linkage of suspension and everything is different than a Buell, and it uses a push shock, not a pull shock like Buells do. So yeah, so I'm making it my own. When I worked at the custom motorcycle shop, I specialized in gas tanks primarily, mostly sheet metal work. I never have been into the mechanical so much. I can do the mechanical. I don't have as much expertise in the mechanical engine work, and as of more recent skills, I've developed some electrical skills. So that's what leads me to this video, is that I'm going to be diving into the wiring harness on this bike. I'm just using the stock Harley Sportster wiring harness that came on the bike, but I'm going to be customizing it to fit the new shape. There's a lot of length and features that I've removed from the bike that I don't need the harness to be the way it is anymore. I'm going to be shortening a lot of the wires, not so much removing the electrical components, but more relocating them smartly so that there's not a lot of excess wire around, not a lot of electrical components exposed. One, to be able to keep that stuff out of the weather and protected, and two, just to keep it out of sight, so that I think it looks better if you don't see that stuff. Certain stuff I do like to see machinery wise on a bike. However, I don't think you should see some stuff like electrical. It's kind of boring. So let me kind of show you what I'm talking about here. I know I'm kind of rambling and long-winded, but I'm excited about making these videos. So as you can see, stretched over the top right here, you have the bulk of the wiring harness. Most of it is kind of just plugged in, just so I could get a feel of where I'm going to route things and what I'm going to cut away from. Probably going to be taking a lot of that lead out there that goes to the controls. I'm going to be trying to tuck as much of that into the handlebars and then drop it out in the middle down, because all that stuff goes into the headlight for both controls, and the main lead come in and out of the headlight. You can kind of see right down there is the main lead coming into the headlight, and then the two handle controls also they all conjoin inside of the headlight. You can see the lead coming off the speedometer there. It just taps right into the main harness. Probably don't need to touch that a whole lot. What I'm really looking at, because the front stuff isn't changed a whole lot as far as length and design. I'm still keeping the original controls and all that. Mainly it's from here on back is what I'm going to be changing. A lot of this stuff from the harness spills down and goes down to this side of the bike. You'll have a chute going off to the transmission, which I assume gets the speed information for the speedometer and mileage and all that good stuff. Right here you'll see this little brain box here, which holds some of the smart stuff, I assume. It's all gelled in and protected. That I'm going to have to find a place to tuck away. I think I'm going to have a little compartment up under the seat that I should be able to tuck some of this stuff, hopefully this and this, which is the fuse box. Right here, this was mounted, went up on the side of the bike. I wanted to try to keep a lot of the stock casing here as much as possible, just because it's already designed to keep everything nice and tidy and tucked away from the weather and safe and all that. And there's this is all the fuses and stuff in here. There's a handy little fuse puller tucked up. So what I'll probably do in order to retain a lot of the box, I don't need most of this plastic, so what I'll end up doing probably is hacking off some of these ears that are on the casing here. So and then just tuck this up somewhere safe, out of the way. So all that lead going from about here down to all that, I'm probably going to take some of the length out of there, just because I won't need it, because it's probably just going to go up under the seat there. I'm thinking of putting a little compartment up under there. There's a lead that shoots off, like I said, and goes to the transmission, which you can't really see because it's too dark. There's this connection here, and then this is kind of the length. This is like the, as you can see, the whole harness just kind of loops around and then it shoots up to the front. What I'm probably going to be doing is cutting all this casing away and then separating all the strands, and then I may reroute some of the strands down the front to go down to those side connections, and then so I'll end up with this giant loop of extra wire. So I'll probably be shortening a lot of that length. And then there's a few offshoots that'll be for the tail light and battery connections. Not quite sure what I'm going to do with the battery yet. There's the stock guy right there. That's such a big bike battery. It's a big, heavy, bulky bike battery. They have such lighter versions, such lighter alternatives for bike batteries. They're small, they're super light, but they're expensive. But batteries generally are expensive, especially anything that, as you probably already know, that says HD on it, Harley-Davidson, which you can see the little symbol there. So either way, I'm gonna spend some money on a battery. So I'll probably just bite the bullet and buy one of those super expensive, tiny, like, I mean, it could even fit in this little space or this little space above the transmission, and they're super light. And I'll probably just stash one of those somewhere, because I want to keep this thing really lightweight, really nimble, and low center of gravity. That's kind of one thing that a lot of people complain about being outdated as far as the Harleys, is that they're top heavy. Most bikes are designed to be low center of gravity these days, smoother, more balanced. So also, as you can tell, the oil bag is not there anymore. So I'll be designing some sort of alternative oil tank. And I am thinking about the chin spoiler oil tank, making one of those to go on the front. Just because I like the way chin spoilers look, and it's low center of gravity, and I need to make a tank somewhere because I don't have oil tank, as you can see. I don't know if you can see the shock tucked down in it, and you can't see it. Anyways, there's my tank off over there. It's my handy welding cart that I built. It's got the welder tucked inside of it. Anyways, yeah. So that's my little update video. It's not that little because I've been rambling on and it's a long video. But I think these are going to be kind of around this length because there's just a lot of information, and I get excited about talking about this stuff, so I just kind of ramble on. But it's therapeutic for me. So I hope you guys enjoy watching the progress of my bike. I hope I can share and teach some things on fabrication, on bike design. Hopefully I don't screw up the design too bad. I'm just kind of designing what I like, essentially. I mean, most people do that with their bike, especially Harleys. They will change them to their liking. But I'm definitely changing this one. So yeah, look here for future updates and yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, I'm new. All right. Uh, all right, guys. You take it easy. I'll see you around.